Boring, boring, boring. That's what a written budget is. It is extremely boring. I know there's nothing fancy about it. There's nothing glamorous, but it helps you see what you got going on with your money. So stick around and let's see what I did with my bonus. Or stick around and let's see what I did with my budget. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Leroy, and welcome to my channel, 40 and Broke, where we're all about getting out of debt, saving, investing, and getting our finances under control so we can live the life we've always dreamed of. Because that's what it's all about, living the life we've always dreamed of. So what do I mean by a budget being boring? Let's face it, it's boring. We know it is. I mean, you just take a piece of paper, you write stuff down. You're just writing down where you're spending your money. But as Jim Rohn said, a written budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. That's why I say a written budget is the most important tool in your financial toolkit. Now, I was just watching a video. Man, now I can't remember who it was. I'd have to look it up. But she's like a 19-year-old budgeter, and I like applaud her for that, because you rarely see that, people so young budgeting, and she's all about it, so she's gonna have her life on track. And I'm gonna look it up, and I'm gonna leave a description in the link below, or I'm gonna leave a link to her channel in the description below, and if I remember it, I'll pop it up right here. So, but anyways, she doesn't write down her budget, and as she says, she's like, I just freeball it. And I was like, that had me laughing so hard. But anyways, I'm gonna tell you what happens. Even this is why it's so important to write down your budget. I wrote mine down, and we're gonna go over it, and you're gonna tell me. I want you to think about it, and we'll see if you can figure out what I missed. And I had to go back and fix my budget. So, but all right, my budget. My paycheck was $1,900 this past 2 weeks. So the wife got her $700 right off the rip, leaves me with $1,200. Mortgage is $350. Insurance is $250. That leaves us with $600. Or that gives us $600. M1 gets $50 because I've got to invest. So that gets the $50, and that puts us up to $650. Car, what was that? Oh, that's the van. The van gets $100. Josie's trip got $100 because it's the Panama trip is already paid off, but she now has a New York trip. But I bumped that up to $150 because if you know from last time, she was getting an additional $75 because of the Panama trip. So the Panama trip is paid for now. Now I'm paying for the New York trip. I don't know if I said that wrong just a minute ago. So she's got a New York trip that she's going to and a Panama trip. The New York trip's going to cost me $200 a month. The Panama trip cost me $150 a month to pay for. But the New York trip, the wife's going with her also. So she's got Panama, which she'll be going to that this month. And then, but what I'm doing is I'm taking, instead of the 75 that I was giving her, I am now taking an additional 50. So Josie's trip will actually be 150, but I didn't put the money in that because I already had the money set aside. And so Josie's trip from now on will be 150, so that I am putting $300 a month towards it, because every month I'm going to donate $100 to the band program. They've got a donation thing set up so that another kid that can't afford it will be able to go on that New York trip also, because I was just going to put the money in my emergency fund, and it's $1,200. My emergency fund is, I want my emergency fund up. I want these bills paid off. I want my life to be different. But I think that, I think a kid will get more out of those memories than I'm going to get for security in my emergency funds. So, I'd rather another kid be able to, have that experience. So, I'm saving up for that. Then I did the penny challenge. I put 50 in it because 25 for this paycheck, and I think the last paycheck I didn't pull the money out yet. I kept meaning to. I had set it aside, and I kept meaning to, and then figuring out the dates, and then I forgot. So I just pulled aside 25 from last paycheck, 25 from this paycheck, so that's a total of 50. Puts us at $900. My phone gets $65. Patreon, Canva, stuff like that, it gets $25. The medical bill I owe, I'm putting 35 on that. Car tags, I got to get tags for my car, and then I've got to get I've got to update my license, renew my license. This is going to cost me $350. That's freaking awesome. So I set aside 70 for that. So now we're at $1,100. My emergency fund is getting $1,150, or my emergency fund is getting 50, which puts us up to $1,150. My cats are getting 50, which puts us up to $1,200, which puts us up to what? That's a zero-based budget. Zero-based budget. Now, I know I've done a lot of talking, but did you catch what I missed? 2 days after I wrote this, I caught what I missed, and I'm like, good thing I leave a buffer in my account, because that 1900, I made 1900 and some change. And then the last time when I did 2000, it was $2,000 and some change. So there might have been, I don't know, say 70, 80 bucks left over that I don't even count for that. So what did I miss? How am I getting to work? Can't put any gas in my vehicle. I forgot to put gas down. So I'm going to have to use my buffer for my $100 worth of gas. And I had some money in gas already, I think. Or maybe I just took it from somewhere else. I don't know. But I used my buffer. So I had to figure out what to do with gas. And that's the thing. That's why a written budget is so important. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be spreadsheets. It doesn't have to be some fancy planner. You know, I've got that planner I have over here. I don't even write, like, my fancy planner that I use for my whatchamacallit, expense tracking. I don't write down on that. I just use a piece of paper. And this is just a notepad that they give out at work. I got this notepad, and it's just scrap. I put the other bonus on that side, or other bonus. I keep saying bonus. Why do I keep saying bonus? But I put the other budget on this side. This from last week. This is this week's budget. That's all it takes. Scrap paper. I've written them down on, you know, junk mail envelopes. It does not matter. As long as you write it down. If you write it down, you can see what you have. You see it. And that's the most important thing, because it embeds it in your mind when you write it down. It embeds it there. That's why when you're in school, they have you write down stuff, because you learn it, you retain it. But it was also good because I noticed, hey, you forgot gas. How are you going to get to work there, buddy? So there it is. That's my, I almost said bonus again. That's, I got the bonus on my mind because, yeah, we got some shenanigans at work, and Leroy's tired of shenanigans. And then he says I'm not going to use the budget. I'm not going to now I want to say budget. No, I'm not going to let him use a bonus as a cudgel over my head. So if you don't do this, you lose your bonus. You know what? Take your bonus. I don't care about the bonus. So, but anyways, that's it. That's the written budget. And that I wrote it down. Excuse me. It made me realize, hey, you missed gas. You know, you can't get to work. You can't create a budget if you don't have money. And if you don't have gas to get to work, then you're not making money. So that is why a written budget is so important, because I can figure out what I'm missing. I'm not just trying to wing it, even if I am stuffing different stuff, and you know, because I just move those to different accounts in my savings or whatever, in different savings accounts. I'm not just winging it and then like, oh no, what did I miss? I can actually look at that piece of paper and say, okay, I've got to adjust this and do this. I've got to adjust this and do this, because it's not going to be perfect. And don't beat yourself up if it's not perfect, because you know what? Like I said, I've been doing this for years, and I forgot gas. How do you forget gas? That's simple. I mean, that should be right off the rip, gas. But hey, I forgot it. You know, I'm not 100% perfect, 99% maybe, but not 100%. So there's always room for improvement. But all right, everybody. You know what? There it is. There's my budget. And, you know, I can't believe it's June 3rd. It's June 3rd. This year's almost half over. Crazy. Not just so fast. Boom, boom, so fast. Got to make those memories, man. Everybody make those memories. But all right, everybody. Have a great day and go get it.